The thing is, I love that there's holes in the law, but the hierarchy is an issue, very big issue. And logically, if we want our world to be a democracy, and this isn't based on real life, I think we need to look at what would work in our world. And I think it's a simple thing. DOJ separates from the council entirely. The mayors would essentially control the council entirely. The DOJ acts on criminal law, but the people, anybody in the city, if they raise $1 million, can cast a vote on anything they want, whether that's impeachment or a new law to pass. And if it's successful, it would pass through a state entity just to make sure it's not fucking, you know, hey, we all get 5,000 guns a week type shit. You know what I mean? Like something that's dumb. That, in my opinion, would make this a very much more natural, law-based world instead of somebody's opinion on how the world should be based on, you know, what they think roleplay should be and shit. You need the world to make its decisions if you want it to feel like a real world. You got multiple millions, I will be voting. Well, it isn't $1 million to vote, it's only $1 million to make the, it'd be only $1 million to make the vote happen. Oh, I guess it's still the same thing. Yeah, I get, but yeah, like anybody would be able to vote on it for free. And I think this gives a lot of power to everybody in the server, because you're not going to go and waste $1 million, right? And be like, hey, I hope this works. You got to talk to people. You got to talk to different groups. You got to talk to the police, just like the mayor would have to. And then it changes a lot of things. And the good thing with how this would work, if the mayor was separate and the council was separate, they could pay people off if we allowed corruption, which I think we should, to allow certain laws to change without being impeached. So imagine people were going to try and impeach you, but you had the money of the state. Well, of the municipal government, whatever the fuck whatever the bank account's called. And then you could use that to, you know, manipulate the economy and shit like that. So it would be 3 entities that could change how the world acts. And I think there should be 4, which would be the sheriff doing the same sort of thing. Maybe the sheriff would have to pay $100K to raise a vote for any law change. And to be honest, I think the council should have to pay for each piece of legislation they put through as well. That while the people might not need to vote on it, I think just to balance the whole economy in general, the bank account should have to pay like $500K or something like that. Make money mean something. Make the decisions mean something that's more than just like my opinion on what's happening. The characters should shape this place, and I think we're missing out on a very very large and cool aspect to how roleplay could be fun in the server for a lot of people. Plus content, dude. Like, imagine the dramas behind some of the votes and shit. More consistent changes, more groups, not necessarily able to go against each other in like wars, but politically, which is something that a lot of people crave for in roleplay and games in general. Like, the politics in some games are just fun. For instance, like, the good example is, like, the manipulation tactics and shit in, like, what the fuck is the imposter game again, chat? I was saying this the other day. You know, you got to manipulate people and work people to vote for you in a way. Obviously, there's killing in that, but the killing could be, you know, shaped to, like, the legislations that are being passed, the bullshit that gets passed here and there. Among Us, yeah. So that whole aspect of your peers and manipulation is what made it so interesting and cool to see as a viewer, in my opinion. That's why the game was good to watch, because it wasn't just like, yeah, you kill a guy, but how everybody talks afterwards and how it all unfolds based on people's lies and manipulation and yeah, Town of Asylum and shit like that. Exactly, like just those little roles that are so powerful but disruptive create such a large element to viewer entertainment and something that's more natural to the world itself. Because we as, and this is my point, and I don't care what people say, we as the state, I don't want to say anything. I don't want to do anything. I want everything to feel like it's roleplay and it's forced because people want it in this world, not because it's something, you know, our person believes is and what should be in the world. You know what I mean? Yeah, no one watched for the game. Well, side of the gameplay was sort of fun, to be fair. Like how you get kills and wait for sneaky shit. But yeah, you're right. It was all the politics. That was what was fun about it. And that's what I think people miss and well, not miss, but just don't understand. People do not understand what makes games fun when you really look at the game. And that's fine because, you know, gamers play the game and if they're enjoying themselves, they're not thinking much about it. And that's the beauty of gaming. But the reality is the interactions and whatnot in games like that is what makes it interesting. So evolving those sort of aspects, I feel like while it's not going to be as insane, obviously, it leads to the possibilities in which manipulation and shit will have a lot more meaning. Nah, I'm okay, thanks, buddy. Appreciate it, though. And that's what I think we can do here, and I don't think people really understand that as a whole of what the value is in gaming, and think that, like, you know, if I sway in a direction or something as a quote unquote server owner, it's for what, you know, I think works in the server in terms of like the laws and shit. But the reality is, like, I want openness. I want possibilities. I want forks in the road that are created by the people themselves in the world. I want lore, LORE, to mean something. I want the world to shape itself, not the people that are, you know, stuck in certain roles that believe they should, you know, say, or their viewpoint is the only way things should be perceived, because that's fucking stupid, in all honesty. It really is. I'm gonna propose a law to allow full-on ERP, no limits. Well, I mean, you technically can if it's not streamed, I guess. Dude, we'll just make an ERP server for you, bro. Don't worry about it. Just be careful, you know. Don't want your girlfriend finding out and shit, man. Chill. I got a 7-day, yeah, because I did this. There was people. There was Mr. K and a woman on a bed in their underpants, and they were taking a photo to pretend they were doing something sus, but they weren't doing any like weird movements. And I went in the corner and went, done this with clothes on, and I got a 7-day ban. And they're like, hey, listen, if you apologize and shit, you know, maybe you'll get a 3-day. I was like, fuck that. You're banning me for fucking retarded shit. It says if you simulate sex. How is this simulating sex, dude? Who has sex like this? What the fuck are you saying? A simulation of sex is literally that, when you're fucking implying a penis is in a vagina, you dumb fuck.